Hey, what's happening? Big Brian here. So I just did a video about Brown Sugar, the Rolling Stone song. And like I said, I didn't know, I had no idea that this song was, the lyrics were wild, talking about slavery and all of that, and of course calling the black girls brown sugar. But my thing is this, right? I'm wondering if, because I know Neil Young came out with Southern Man in 1970, right? I'm gonna play that right now real quick. He came out with Southern Man, and Brown Sugar came out in 1971. So I'm wondering if, cause when the Rolling Stones, when Neil Young did Southern Man, uh, I'm sorry, cause we're going back to the 70s. When Neil Young did Southern Man, Leonard Skinner answered with Sweet Home Alabama. So now I'm wondering if that's the reason why Mick Jagger did Brown Sugar. At first I'm like, well, maybe he's trying to be like Neil Young to shed light on how the South was, but I don't know. Just something to make you wonder, right? Because like I say, Southern Man came out in 1970, and Brown Sugar came out in 1971, and they said Mick Jagger wrote the lyrics like off the top of his head, but I'm like, to me, it sound like history was told. Because that's, first of all, Mick Jagger ain't even from the United States, but he was hanging out down south, Muscle Shoals, he was down there. So this makes me wonder if, I'm trying to figure out what Mick Jagger was thinking when he wrote Brown Sugar, the lyrics. I'm gonna play that one too. But anyway, what's your thoughts about that? You think Mick Jagger did Brown Sugar because Neil Young did Southern Man? And which way was Mick Jagger? Because Mick Jagger dated some black girls. So anyway, I'm about to play both songs. Check out the lyrics. Southern Man, better keep your head. Don't forget what your good book says. Southern change gonna come at last. Now your crosses are burning fast. Southern Man. I saw cotton and I saw black, tall white mansions and little shacks. Southern Man, will you pay them back? I heard screaming and bullwhips cracking, and how long, Very powerful song. With me. Slave ship bound for cotton fields, sold in the market down in New Orleans. Scared of slave, but knows he's doing alright. Hear him whip the women just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good now? those lyrics are something else. Hear him whip the women just around midnight. And I'm like, all these years, I had no idea what this song was saying. But let's get into the next verse. I bet your mama was a 10-show queen, and all the boys was a sweet 16. I'm no schoolboy, but I know what I like. You should have heard me just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you dance so good now? Brown sugar, just like a black girl should. So they said Mick Jagger wrote this song, right? What I want to know is this. Did he had to get this from a history book. I mean, you can't just make these lyrics up because he wasn't born in the 1800s, but he's singing like he was there. So he had to get this from some history book, or somebody down south was telling him about slavery, how it used to be. Peace out.
Of course, the infamous Brown Sugar. The band at that time was really tight. The music was nearly complete, but there was just one thing missing: lyrics for Brown Sugar. Enter Mick Jagger, cool as ever. So according to session pianist Jim Dickinson, it was truly a moment to remember. He said, and I quote, "You can't imagine how nonchalantly Mick Jagger wrote that. The music was ready, but the words not yet. Grabbing a green steno pad, Jagger sat down and casually began scribbling. 45 minutes later, he had filled 3 pages. It was unbelievable. Without hesitation, Jagger stood up, he walked to the mic, and belted out the song's iconic lyrics, sealing its place in rock history just like that quickly. What started as a blank page had turned into one of the Stones' most controversial yet defining tracks, all in under an hour. All happened. Wrote it, sang it, recorded it. Jim Dickinson couldn't help but marvel at Mick Jagger's sharp ear for the southern slang that floated around Muscle Shoals Sound Studio. In just a short time, Mick soaked up the local lingo like a sponge, weaving it effortlessly into his lyrics. One line in particular caught Dickinson's attention, Mick's reference to a skydog slaver. The first verse of Brown Sugar, according to Dickinson, skydog was the nickname. Actually, in a 1995 interview with Rolling Stone magazine, Mick said, and I quote, "I didn't think about it at the time. I never would write that song now." Last time the Stones performed Brown Sugar was in Miami, Florida on August 30th, 2019.